What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and there are a lot of people in the gaming world that despise Ubisoft for one reason or another. Whether that's because of the fact that all of their games at this point just feel like reskins of each other, complete with bugs, glitches, and all, and they refuse to kind of change from that path. Or whether it's their consumer practices, their very, very strict DRM policies, and the fact that a lot of their games are loaded with microtransactions. But now, with Watch Dogs Legion, someone has come out and struck a blow against Ubisoft that they are probably not going to be too happy with right now. But a lot of people are laughing. As you can see here, Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs Legion's source code has been hacked. This is coming from Nos Gamer. A ransomware group called Egregor had access to both Ubisoft and Crytek's internal network. It also appears that the Watch Dogs Legion source code has been obtained and leaked online with a file size of 560 gigs. Now, before we get into the specifics of it, I did just want to pull up Watch Dogs Legion and take a look at the reception of this. It's in the mid-70s by the critics, which is not good. I would say that it's pretty rare to see anything under 70 from the critics. These 70 scores are basically the baseline at this point for critic reviews. But as you check out PC 5.6, PlayStation, it gets a lot worse, down to 4.1 on PlayStation and Xbox One. You also have a 4.7. So not received very good by the audience. A lot of people complaining about glitches. A lot of people complaining about the fact that it feels like it's exactly the same as every Ubisoft game. Now, to be fair, I have heard some people give reviews for this that really dug it. They really enjoyed this game and said once you got through it and really started realizing what you could do and the potential for this game, that they really enjoyed it. But overall, I think you have to say that it's been pretty poorly received by fans. But take a look at this article. The source code for Watch Dogs Legion has been leaked, weighs in around 560 gigs. As we've already reported, in October 2020, ransomware gang Egregor had leaked data that it obtained from internal networks of Crytek and Ubisoft. And it appears the source code for Watch Dogs Legion has been leaked online. The source code for this AAA game is around 560 gigs, and it already is available for download on various private trackers. Now, Ubisoft has not come out and acknowledged that this has happened. They have not come out and said, yes, this has happened. They said that they're investigating. They're looking into it. Now, whether it was or not, I don't know if Ubisoft is going to be like, yeah, guys, just so you know, the entire source code for this game is out there, so you attract the attention of every person who could possibly crack the anti-piracy codes, every person who wants to start making mods for this. They probably don't want to do that because, again, they're Ubisoft. They're not going to want to draw attention to that. What can the average PC Joe expect from the leak of Watch Dogs Legion's source code? Well, for starters, mods. Obviously, you can get mods, and you can start having people that optimize this game better than Ubisoft has optimized it, to be quite honest with you, which some of the complaints on PC have been the frame rate. The fact that this game is only running at about 40 FPS, which for console gamers who mainly game on consoles, such as myself, 30 FPS is kind of the standard, but for PC, that's pretty low for what this game was expected to be. By accessing the source code, modders may find a way to enable mods. Not only that, but by having access to the source code, modders could further optimize the game, which would be a little embarrassing for Ubisoft. But furthermore, the thing that they're really interested in right here, cracking groups may also find a way to crack the game's anti-piracy measures. And all of a sudden, Watch Dogs Legion is out there for free. That is a real potential. That is the biggest thing that Ubisoft would be worried about with this game. Either way, cracking groups should be able to completely remove the anti-piracy protection. Thus, it will be interesting to see whether a DRM, Digital Rights Management, free version performs faster than the protected version. And of course, that has been a big complaint, is their DRM policy. The fact that you need to use this third-party software you play in order to play their games. There's a lot of animosity out there for Ubisoft, and the fact that this game may be out there completely and fully makes a lot of people laugh. They're saying that they deserve it for all the bugs and glitches that have been popping up for this game so far, including one, it has been fixed, but including one that essentially was overheating people's Xboxes. The red ring of death from back in the day, that's basically what people were getting from playing this game. They did fix that. However, I also wanted to take a look. This was posted about 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is when they told everybody that they had the source code before they released it everywhere. You can see they did some, they wanted to try to prove what they had. For the Ubisoft leak, the Egregor Group shared files to suggest they were in possession of source code from one of the company's Watchdog games, Watchdog Legion. On its web portal, the group touted they were in possession of the source code for the Watchdog Legion game, scheduled to be released later this month. But it was impossible to verify these files came from the new game rather than existing release. But if you scroll around the internet right now and search hard enough, you'll see that there are people that are starting to boot this up and use the source code to get into the internals of the game. So it seems to be very real, whether Ubisoft wants to acknowledge it or not. And you can see just some of the files here that they did show to kind of prove, hey, we did do this. We want you to pay us so that we don't release the game. That's what they said. They put it on a ransomware site. But it doesn't look like Ubisoft wanted to pay. They wanted to ignore the problem. And now Egregor, or whoever they are, have just released the source code and it is now available. What will this mean going forward? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to really lose that many sales to people going out there and pirating this game based on their player base for PC and their player base for the other platforms. However, it's very embarrassing for Ubisoft, and the fact that the source code will be out there and modders will be able to get a hold of it and do things to this game that you couldn't yourself or didn't want to do yourself because you were being lazy and you didn't want to put in the time and effort. That could be very embarrassing to Ubisoft in the long run as well. Interested to hear your thoughts about it. Now, I'm not someone who despises Ubisoft like so many other people tend to. I enjoy some of their games for what they are. I also couldn't give a shit about some of their games, and I think they're garbage. Overall, I think it's funny that Watchdog Legions, a game about being a hacker and disrupting things using hacking skills, got hacked. You can't deny the irony involved. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Make sure you smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.